Welcome to Studio 5. Here's a quick look at today's rundown.
Seems like every turn on me was filled with pain and strife, but I kept on.
Bryan Andrew Wilson talks music and ministry.
I feel like I'm in a renaissance period. You know, things are being rebirthed in my life all the way around.
I started seeing something happening.
And miracle stories.
What happened? I don't know. But he can see.
Plus, Nathan Davis Jr.'s godly encounter.
God came in my room and he hugged me and said he loved me, and that was my first interaction with God, actually.
And we can't wait to share those stories, so let's jumpstart this week's Top 5 countdown so we can do just that.
At number 5.
Am I
in outer space?
Some of America's most loved puppets are landing just in time for the season.
Let's start the holidays.
I can't wait for the snow.
It's almost time to return to Fraggle Rock. The iconic puppet series from the Jim Henson Company is back with a new holiday special this week. The first snow of Fraggle Rock hits Apple TV this Friday.
At number 4.
I hear Lauren Daigle's got some Christmas music.
Yes, I cannot wait. We're going on tour.
And Daigle's Behold Christmas tour is now underway.
Love incarnate, love divine.
This will be our, I think, 7th year doing this tour. We do it every Christmas. I've only missed one, and I just love it. It's one of those things where if we don't do it, I kind of feel like I haven't hit Christmas yet. It's become a part of my tradition.
Unto us a child is born. He shall reign forevermore.
And that begins our countdown. Bryan Andrew Wilson is a recording artist, songwriter, and pastor. He first came to be known for his amazing voice as a child, singing His Eyes Are on the Sparrow with the Mississippi Mass Children's Choir back in the 1990s. Today, after a brief hiatus, he continues his music journey, and he's also now a pastor.
His eye is on the sparrow.
What moment are we sitting in now in Bryan Andrew Wilson's life?
The moment now, I am in a point, I feel like I'm in a renaissance period. You know, things are being rebirthed in my life all the way around. The music ministry is really being rebirthed. I feel as though I found my sound, you know, and as a singer, I think that's something that every artist desires to do. You know, we always want to evolve, but I think there comes to a moment where you have to say, well, this is who I found my identity. And I'm just at that place of appreciating who God has made Bryan Andrew Wilson, you know, through all the flaws, through all the imperfections, through all the storms, or whatever the case may be. I'm owning my manhood. I'm owning the person that God has made me to be.
Filled with pain and strife, but I kept on, kept on, kept on.
So the song that we're hearing from you now, I Kept On, what gave birth to that?
Honestly, my manager, Bill Carpenter, sent me a track, and I heard the track, and I was just trying to hear the melody, hear something to go with it. So I was sitting in my car one day, just sitting in the car outside of the house, and I was listening to it. The melody just came, I kept on. It was that or either you know, but whatever it was, I wanted a song to be directed saying how I made over something. That's where I was at that time in life.
Now I realize I was never alone.
My mother had just recently passed, and so my best friend had passed, my mentor had passed, all within a 3-year period. And so there were so many things that I was facing emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that seemingly unplugged me. But in spite of it, I kept going on. And so I sent my manager two versions, and he's like, something about that kept on. You know, I was like, well, let me go back and hear it again. So I listened, I was like, bro, you're right. This is, hey, you know, is my testimony, and it speaks. You know, I kept on, and that's really what happened. I kept on, because many times I didn't want to.
You gotta keep on.
What would you say to someone going through grief? We're now approaching a season
of the year where I think grief is even harder than any other time, because we go through these pivotal holidays where we're used to people being there.
Absolutely.
And now they're not.
I would definitely tell them, see a therapist. You know, I believe in the power of prayer, but I do believe that God graces us in different perspectives and in different measures. You know, so I would suggest that, and to let them know that you find safety in community.
I'm turning away from the past, from the hurt, from the shame, and the things that had me bound.
Tell me about the ministry. God called you to start a church?
Yes. It's Freedom of Atlanta. And it started off with just a couple of people, and all of a sudden people were coming and hearing about it. And some days I would look out and be like, why are these people here? You know?
Is this the life you dream for yourself?
This is absolutely not the life I dream. I don't believe that I would do anything differently. You know, I'm to that place to understand that really Romans 8:28 is in effect in my life. You know, that all things work together for the good. And that where I am where I'm supposed to be. You know, through every obstacle, every situation, I am where I'm supposed to be.
Said I'm turning away.
For more on Bryan's music and his ministry, visit his website, bryanwilson.com. Still to come, a docu-series filled with modern-day miracles.
I have just such a strong a belief in Jeremiah 33:3, and which became my life verse when this happened to me, which is, you know, call on me and I'll give you the answers you don't know, that you can't find, the unsearchable.
At number 3.
Okay, Merv, I have something to tell you. The thing is, me and Russ broke up. You're gonna be okay.
A Studio 5 sneak peek at the prime holiday film, Merv, a dog who helps to save a human relationship.
You've been a miserable drip lately. No, I haven't. Really enjoying being by myself right now. I'll see you next week. I love you, bud.
Merv, are you okay?
Don't want to play fetch. Don't want cuddles.
Dogs are very sensitive to anything that throws their routine, like a breakup.
At number 2.
They say Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. A chance for families to gather together and celebrate the amazing story of a newborn king.
It's a Christmas special with actor and director Kevin Costner.
Whether you're a believer or just curious about the tradition, journey back with me, Kevin Costner, for the story of the first Christmas like you've never seen it before. Tuesday, December 9th.
And our countdown continues in just a little bit. Welcome back to Studio 5. Miracle is a docu-series featuring the true stories of people experiencing miracles in the world today. Each episode comes with original music from today's leading Christian artists, including Phil Wickham, Natalie Grant, and Terrian.
Everything changed in a moment.
Miracle is an 8-show series on Angel Studios that shares the stories of miracles that have science and medical proof for each episode.
It was about 3:30 in the morning, and all of a sudden, something was really wrong.
Our first episode starts off with Dr. Josh Brown. He had an inoperable brain tumor about 23 years ago, 18 months to live. Grew up a believer but didn't know about miracles, and so he went on a journey of seeking healing. And in that, he found just, hundreds of stories.
And if medicine can't really offer hope, then is there anything beyond that?
So he founded an institute, Global Medical Research Institute, that has peer-reviewed and published medical journals, all prayers that are just, have been declared a miracle.
What you can't do is ignore the facts.
We have James Drain, who has had MS for 10 years, in a wheelchair, blind for 8 years, gets healed sovereignly by the Lord when he gets baptized, comes out of the water, he can see. We have all the medical proof. And he went back to his doctors who had declared him legally blind, and he now has 20/25 vision. So God gave him an upgrade.
Pieces of my vision kind of left me.
What happened? I don't know. But he can see.
We have stage 4 cancer. We have, infertility, we have autoimmune, and we have a man who was dead for 46 minutes on the hospital floor in Palm Beach, who, with prayer from Dr. Chauncey Crandell, came back. The Lord brought him back. And so it's all sorts of amazing stories.
I don't know what to say about that other than how do you describe that? That is a miracle.
I had a miracle healing in 2018. April 6, 2018 is the day that my life was marked, and I had a back injury. So I was in that journey whenever the Lord healed me. I actually didn't know healing was available. It wasn't familiar to me. I grew up in the church, but so it was a wild experience having, this healing. It changed everything.
I believe God could heal me, but would he heal me?
I have just such a strong a belief in Jeremiah 33:3, which became my life verse when this happened to me, which is, call on me and I'll give you the answers you don't know, that you can't find, the unsearchable.
But when I started medicine, I started seeing something happening.
There's hope. God is a God of miracles. He's doing them all over the world, and just the faith and the hope, they can have hope in him. And I hope that these stories encourage them. I think once people go on a journey with him, once you start looking for miracles, they're everywhere.
This is a completely medically anomalous outcome.
That is not a thing. MS does not get cured.
God is not limited by what we consider the possible.
There was no clear naturalistic explanation.
Somehow, these dying patients were surviving.
We've seen so many amazing things.
Miracle streams at angel.com and the Angel app. Right now, we move from the world of film to the world of photography. It's time for this week's Story in Pictures. Take a look at this week's Studio 5 Snapshot.
Celebrating a life well lived, we pay tribute to Viola Ford Fletcher, the oldest known survivor of the Tulsa Race Massacre. She was just 7 years old in the spring of 1921. That's when a white mob attacked the thriving black neighborhood known as Greenwood in Tulsa, Oklahoma. An estimated 300 people died in the violence. Fletcher and other survivors spent years seeking official recognition of the massacre and reparations. She died Monday at 111 years old.
And that's a look at this week's Studio 5 Snapshot. Still ahead, it's actor and recording artist Nathan Davis Jr. He's talking about movies and music and some deep personal loss.
When my mom was in the hospital fighting for her life, she just got out, and I have a studio in my house, so I was writing the lyrics and walking out and putting medicine in her IV back and forth, and losing my house on top of that, and grieving 14 family members and my little brother. So it was a lot going on, but all I could think about was God's presence.
Welcome back to Studio 5. Here's a look at today's #1 story in the world of uplifting entertainment for this week.
At number 1.
Oh, I've wrestled with the darkness.
Country music's Jelly Roll gives God the glory for his 3 Grammy nominations.
Not only did God bring me back here in the best headspace, I'm thinking right about it, but he brought me here with the right kind of message. When I look at these nominations, all I see is God.
He's up for Best Contemporary Christian Music Performance, Best Country Duo Performance, and Best Contemporary Country Album.
And I just see standing there is this album called Beautifully Broken. And man, if that doesn't represent what's happening in the world right now, I think more than ever, is that I think we can find beauty in what's happening.
I'll bring my heartfelt bid through hell. Hallelujah.
Nathan Davis Jr. is known for his roles in The Soul Man and Marvel Runaways. He's also a singer and songwriter. We caught up with him on the red carpet at the Dove Awards for a quick but deep conversation.
Woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. I'm thanking the Lord for another good day.
What's been inspiring the music that you're producing now that's charting so well? What's the inspiration?
I would say my experiences. I went through a crazy situation. I lost my little brother to suicide. I lost 14 family members in like the span of 2 years, and my mom was in the hospital last year fighting for her life. So I was doing, you know, obviously my movies, my TV shows, blew up on TikTok and my R&B, but God came in my room and he hugged me and said he loved me, and that was my first interaction with God, actually. And I was washing my hands and God was like, I want you to make music for me. So my first song that I did in the middle of chaos, middle of losing my house, he elevated it and it's like all over the world and he's blessing it. So I guess what inspires me is just God's love and just how he forgave me and his mercy and his grace. And so, yeah, real.
I kept it simple, no need to explain. Yeah. The devil thought he had me, I got a word.
Tell me about the process. Sitting down, you're writing, where do the words come from? What happens?
So when my mom was in the hospital fighting for her life, she just got out, and I have a studio in my house. So I was writing the lyrics and walking out and putting medicine in her IV back and forth and losing my house. On top of that, and grieving 14 family members and my little brother. So it was a lot going on, but all I could think about was God's presence carrying me through and his promises. And every morning, I woke up this morning, I got up and prayed. I literally woke up every morning, going to the mountains and pray to God. And like, I just put all my experiences, the Holy Spirit just flew through me and I just put it in the record. And now we got people in China, Korea, Brazil, everybody dancing to it. And I guess feeling that spirit too, so yeah.
What's been the biggest surprise so far in doing this?
The biggest surprise is probably getting like my flowers from Chris Brown and Justin Bieber. Those are like two of my favorite like artists of all time. And me and Bieber kind of got like a cool spiritual brotherhood. So we pray for each other all the time. And bro, we know what I'm going through. He be like, what you want me to pray for? I was like, thank you, gang. So I think that's kind of cool to be able to see two giants that I look up to and be able to kind of connect spiritually to them. So yeah.
Walking with him, ain't no second guessing. Some call it luck, but I call it a blessing. He give me peace, ain't no need to be stressing.
And what's coming next?
What's next? So I got some movies dropping really soon. Hey, yo, Marvel, Sony, what we doing? I already work with you. Miles Morales, what we doing? Spider-Man. A lot of music. I got an acoustic version of my viral song, Woke Up This Morning, dropping. I got an EP, a bunch of features, and social media videos. Follow me at Nathan Davis Jr., NDJ. So yeah, I got so much, bro. I'm that kid that just likes to work. Yeah.
Where is that energy coming from?
Man, this God, man, I ain't gonna lie. It's really God. Like, he really has put like this battery inside of me that just continues to just keep rolling. So it's really God, and just amazing people around me are always praying and just, you know, putting good things in my life. So yeah.
Somebody love, but I call it a blessing. He give me peace, ain't no need to be stressing.
For more information on Nathan Davis Jr., go to IamNathanDavisJr.com. Welcome back to Studio 5. Music keeps this show going every single week, and this week's soundtrack comes from Victory Boyd. Take a listen and you'll hear why Silent Night is what's playing in my ear this week.
Round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace.
And that music is from Victory's new album, Christmas Hymns. On that musical note, we are just about out of time for this week's edition of Studio 5, so let's take a pause for the cause and look ahead to what's on next week's rundown.
Where is the choir? I can't hear them singing. Where is the preacher? I can't hear him preaching.
Those words penned by Bruness Charles. And now the musician, producer, and songwriter is nominated for a Grammy.
I'm nominated for the first time ever as a writer, writing a song that Tasha Cobbs and John Legend is on. I literally could cry. Just sitting back thinking of how far God has brought me.
Bruness talks more about the nomination, his music training, and work in television.
Where is that feeling?
Please join us for that and much more come next week. As for this week, we've got time for just one more thing. I want to give the final word to Bryan Andrew Wilson. If you could go back in time now that you are as old as you are and experienced as you are, if you could go back in time now and talk to that little boy
with the Mississippi choir,
yes.
singing his eyes on the sparrow.
Right.
What would you tell him today?
I would definitely tell him to appreciate the moment. I think that's something that as I've gotten older, that I realized I didn't do. I didn't appreciate the moment. I didn't take everything in because I was always looking for the next moment to happen, the next moment to occur, or what else is next to do. So I would tell him to appreciate the moment, document the moment, record the moment, journal the moment, you know, so that when time does pass, you can go back and relive it without regret of what you could have done, and to know that you have maximized that opportunity that you had. So.
Bryan, thank you so much. That's a great final word for this edition of Studio 5 and for this week's look at uplifting entertainment. Until next time, make time to uplift someone around you, and then please come on back and see where Studio 5 takes you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching.